Hello friends. What's up everybody, I'm King Basics, coming at you today with a game called Buried. So Buried is an interactive story. The plot will change based on the choices you make. The story is broken into 5 chapters. Play straight through at your own pace. There's no waiting and no pauses. Enjoy and choose wisely. So this game looked kind of cool. Depending on the choices that you make is where the story will take you. Pretty neat concept. I mean, there's a bunch of games like this, but it's just a straight story. Like, there's no gameplay. So we'll see how it goes. It's only $3 on the Steam store, but before we get started, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave a comment. Alright, leave me some feedback. Like I said before, I'm new to this. I want you guys to criticize me. I want you guys to help me out. Anything I can improve on, let me know. Alright, I appreciate it. But with that being said, let's get into the game. Alright, I open my eyes and the first thing I want to do is scream. I'm flat on my back and everything seems to hurt. The trees overhead look familiar. It's a clear night sky, almost beautiful. Except for the fact that this means I've been out cold for at least 6 hours. But there's something wrong. I don't remember what, but something happened and my head, my God, my head hurts. And a ringing in my ears. Was there an accident? An explosion, I think. I remember Dennis screaming, but after that, I can't remember. As I sit up, I notice that my hard hat has been thrown off. I look around the area, but it's not here. It feels strange to go anywhere without my hard hat, but I've got to find the other members of the crew. They could be in danger. Well, if they could be in danger, then the hell. I just went through an explosion. I don't need a hard hat. I'm just gonna search for the crew. I decide my hat can wait until I figure out what's going on. I get up and take a look around the logging site. I smell something burning, and I don't hear any engines running. Wait. Something isn't right. Was it the bulldozer? Maybe the damn thing overheated for the last time. Maybe the engine finally blew. What a mess. Well, maybe I'm jumping to conclusions. Only one way to find out, I guess. I walk over to the center of the logging site and don't like what I see. Oh, buddy. Look at that. That logging truck got jacked up. The logging site looks like a bomb was detonated right in the center. I don't know where to start. The one load we hadn't managed to stack on a truck for a day is overturned. The trailer bent and the logs hanging off the back. Where the hell is everyone? My head is killing me and this ringing my ears. I can't hear anything. Not birds, not my footsteps. Nothing. It makes me wonder if I hit my head after my hard hat flew off. I run through a quick mental checklist to make sure my brain is still working. My name is Roger Hastings. I'm 41 years old. The year is 2017. I own a small logging company and we've been logging in this strip of Kentucky woodland for almost a month now. Okay, so my brain works. That's relief, but it also makes me feel fearful. Because something is certainly not right here. I look around the logging site, my mind trying to figure out what had happened. Just about every piece of equipment has been overturned or tilted. I'm gonna check out the truck first. Seeing as how that could be a source of detonation. Maybe? I mean, I guess not the overturned one, but... the truck. The hitch is completely broken. Like it was blown off in an explosion or a really bad accident. Had there been an explosion, all of the fuel on the site would have started a fire. But there's no charring, no burning, nothing. I walked through the area where Dennis had been working. From the looks of it, he'd been moving slowly. He'd only taken down 4 trees a day. His metal lunchbox is open, an indicator that he had been taking an early break. But he's not here. No one is here. Where the hell is everyone? I could try to make a call on my cell phone, but his battery's already running really low. Not that it matters. The reception is crap out here. I think I'm gonna just yell out, because I'm probably gonna need my cell phone later on, and I don't want to waste a battery. I'm probably gonna need my cell phone for something more important than this. You know, yeah, let's just yell out. Let's yell out. Hey guys, where is everyone? Tony, Dennis, Frank, Joe. But their names fall flat among the wreckage. I get nothing back than scaring away a few birds overhead. Might as well start walking and try to find some answers. The highway is almost a mile back through the woods, down the gravel road we used to reach the site. Maybe the crew ran that way for help. But why would they have left me? Were they scared? Out of sorts? Maybe I can catch up to them. But with my truck turned over on its side, it looks like I'll be walking. My God, I can't even remember what I was doing before waking up on my back. Wait, what's that? Underneath the bulldozer. Oh my God. It's a leg. It has to be either Tony or Dennis. The dozer looks unstable, like it might roll up some more. Might not be safe to get close, but at the same time, I can't just leave him there. Oh shit. So do I go look for him, risk the bulldozer falling on me, or do I stay back and just observe? I mean, I've got to go check it out. I've got to go check it out. Hey! I yell. Are you okay? Are you alive? I skip over the stray logs and wrecked equipment to get closer. Seeing the dozer teeter makes me think maybe I should have grabbed my hat. I can see a bit more of the leg. The jeans are soaked in blood. I recognize the work boots. It's clearly Tony. His leg is bent at an impossible angle, nearly crushed flat. The closer I get, the more apparent it becomes that Tony didn't survive. Well, I'm not gonna mess with the body then. If he's already gone. Rip Tony. Rip homeboy. There's nothing I can do for him now. I start to back away slowly. In my shock, I stumble back, suddenly tripping over one of the stray logs. I bang my head hard on one of the logs as I fall. Instantly, I can feel a massive lump forming on the back of my head. Damn! Why didn't I grab my hard hat? But what hurts more is the realization that Tony is dead. Looking at him, I feel something rising up in my throat, and I didn't know if it's a scream or a vomit. But I have to push it away. If I lose my cool right now, there are too many questions that will go unanswered. Shit. I can't believe this. Tony. He had 2 boys. He coached his oldest son's baseball team. He was the hardest worker I had and was one of the most honest and reliable men I knew. This isn't right. I can't stay here. I have to find Dennis, Frank, and Joe. I have to find out what happened here. It's getting intense. As I walk through the stacks of logs from the last week or so of work, everything feels frozen. This high-pitched sound in my ears, it's terrible. It keeps happening every few seconds. It sounds like it's coming from far away. I can't help but wonder, is it my ears or is it something else? The silence out here is creepy, and there's a smell, like an atmosphere after a bad summer storm. I might as well admit it, I'm a little scared. Everyone is missing and it's dead quiet out here. There doesn't even seem to be a breeze to rustle the leaves and branches. My right knee hurts like hell. My head was hurting so bad before that I never even noticed the pain in my knee. I must have heard it during the what? Accident? Or... Wait, is that Dennis? I see him sitting on the ground, motionless, about 30 feet away. I don't think yelling out's gonna do anything productive, so we'll just walk up to him, check him out. I don't want to startle him. He's just sitting there, not moving. I walk up slowly next to him. Dennis, hey, man, can you hear me? I tap him on the shoulder. He looks up at me from the ground, clearly coming out of a daze. Yeah, Roger. I hear you, he says. Dennis is built like a wrestler and has the tough personality to match. But in this moment, he looks disoriented and even a little anxious. Though I'm glad to see him, the fear on his usually confident face is alarming. What the hell happened? What's going on? He asks. Alright, don't know. The crew is missing, or an explosion, I think. Well, he asked you a question, it's not really answering it, so I'm gonna go ahead with an explosion, because that gives him more of an answer, even though it might not be right. An explosion, Dennis says. Yeah, I believe that. Why do you say that? I ask. Did you see something? He doesn't respond. Still sitting on the ground, he looks around the woods, as if he is just now understanding the severity of the situation. The equipment was overturned, the dozers too. I say, wiping my forehead. You okay? I ask him. Yeah, just shaken up. Me too. This might be the most intimate conversation Dennis and I have ever had. While he and I have always been on good terms, we've never been particularly close. I've always respected him, though. Sure, he's come to work a few times looking like he'd been in the bar fight the night before. But I've also seen him do an enthusiastic impression of a dinosaur as he played with Tony's kids while they waited for their dad to finish up his shift. It's then that it hits me. Dennis and Tony were good friends. I'm not sure I want to rattle him with this news of Tony's death right now. Not before we know what's going on. But he has a right to know. Well, shoot. Do I mention Tony? Or I let it go for later in the conversation? What if we don't get back to it? And he finds out. I'm just gonna tell him. I'm just telling him. You were upfront with Dennis about Tony. Dennis's eyes fixate on me. startled. He was crushed under the dozer, I say. Dennis pauses for a moment, like he's trying to understand what I said. His eyes narrow and his bottom lip quivers. "Shit," he says, and I can tell that he's fighting back tears. He and Tony have been tight, almost like brothers. "Hey," he adds quickly, as if trying to escape the reality of Tony's death. "Did you see that light?" "No," I say. "What did you see?" "I don't even know, Roger," he says. "It was like this flare of white light. It came right up out of the ground, like an explosion." "So there was an explosion," I say. "Maybe it was some equipment, or..." "This is no equipment," Dennis interrupts, agitated. "This huge ball of light came right out of the damn ground." Well, he just said what it looked like. So where did it go? "It just shot up into the sky until it was out of sight." "When?" "I'm not sure," he answers. "But I had finished about 10 trees for the day and was about to top one. That's when it happened." "You're almost done with 10 trees?" I ask. "Yeah," he says, looking at the ground. "You know, I wouldn't want to take a lunch break until I was done." And that's when that light blew up. "Why? You don't believe me?" "Nah, I believe you. I believe you." He saw what he saw, I think to myself. He has no reason to lie about this. "My God, are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm fine," he says. "But if I'm being honest, it scared me pretty bad. And if it's all the same to you, I'd like to get the hell out of here." We both stand up and start heading towards the road. It isn't until we start moving that I see Dennis is wounded. His right side is coated in blood, the red seeping through his blue work shirt. There's splatters of it here and there, but also a very large red splotch that makes me worry. Let's just ask him if he's in pain. Maybe he doesn't know he's injured yet and don't want to spook him. Might start freaking out. "I've been better. I don't know how much longer I can stay on my feet," he says. "What happened?" I ask. "I'm not sure," Dennis replies. "I must have gotten thrown or hurt from somehow from that light." It's then that I notice that the strange ringing noise is still filling the air. "Hey," I say, stopping. "Do you hear that high-pitched ringing noise every once in a while?" Dennis looks scared when I ask him this question. He just nods. "I thought it was just me," he says. He looks out of sorts and uncertain. I've never seen him like this before. It's obvious that he's looking for some reassurance. Even though I'm his boss, there's something very unnerving about this. We gotta stay calm. Calm, cool, and collected. Alright? Let's not freak out. Let's be realistic, I tell myself. I might as well try to be empathetic. Exactly. Out here in the middle of the woods, the ringing could be anything. Maybe a car alarm from the woods or something. Still, even my passive comment seems to have reassured Dennis. He looks a bit calmer, more relaxed. We both start moving forward and don't say another word. "Did you try to call Frank?" Dennis asks. "I know he had his cell phone on him today." "Not yet. Luckily I still have some battery left." I pull out my cell and call Frank. Happy I didn't make that call to Dennis earlier. It rings, but he doesn't pick up. But then I hear his phone go off, behind the stack of logs. Dennis and I give each other a look. As the phone goes to voicemail, I hang up, and we walk behind the logs to find Frank's phone on the ground, abandoned. We look around for Frank, but find nothing. Not a single trace. It's then that I notice something really odd. A 10-foot wide hole in the ground, right near where the phone was. But there's no stray piles of removed dirt or rocks. It's clean, smoothly dug, cutting into the earth, wide but only a few feet deep. It looks unnatural, like the ground was just deleted. No shovels, no diggers used. Dennis walks over to it. This looks like the same kind of hole where I saw that light come from the ground, he muses to himself. I say nothing. My mind is spinning, but I don't know what to think. We need to get out of here, Dennis mutters. At that moment, the ringing noise carries through the forest again, sending a shiver down my spine. Dennis is right. There's something strange going on, and we might not be safe here. But that ringing sound could be a clue to where the rest of the crew went. It's time to put on the big boy britches. Now let's check that out. Something's not right, I say. And if there's a mechanical noise like that, you think someone is out here? He asks. Maybe. I think we should at least check it out. They might be able to help. Yeah, you go right ahead, he says with a grin. I'll be here waiting for you. Better hurry, though. Dennis doesn't look like he's in the best shape to be trouncing around the forest, but we need some answers right away. Well, shit, I don't want to split up. Something's going to happen if we split up, but Dennis might pass if I bring him with me. I'll go check it out. You chill out here, Dennis. Okay, I'll go alone, I say. You stay here and try to hang on. I'll try and find someone. Or anyone. I give Dennis a final look, sensing that this could be a big mistake. He's looking at me like he's terrified of me now, making a moan in his throat. I turn away and start moving through the woods quickly. With Dennis all alone, I need to find the crew and get help right away. Every tree out here looks exactly the same. I grew up in the country and can find my way around the forest without much of a problem, but I'm starting to feel a little disoriented. I'm leaning against a tree when I see something that has no business being here. Our logging crew has been out here for 3 weeks, and it seems impossible that we could have missed it. What? Is that a little cottage? It's a small building, sort of like a mixture of a shack and a bunker. It looks to be made of concrete, but moss, weeds, and plain old erosion also makes it look sort of mystical. It looks like something out of a demented version of a medieval fantasy movie. Part of me wants to go back for Dennis. Seeing this eerie building in the middle of nowhere makes me yearn for company. It makes me feel like a little kid that is spooked of that old abandoned house at the end of the street. Plus, that ringing noise that happens every once in a while, I think it's coming from this building. I'm racking my brain trying to remember if I've seen this before, but I haven't. I'm sure of it. It has never been here until now. Is Frank in there? Or Joe? They can't be. But then again, they aren't anywhere out here. Looking inside the building is certainly more appealing than walking through the woods for a mile with an aching knee. I find that I'm a little scared when I take my first few steps towards the building. The first thing I see is a sturdy metal door, closed shut. I'm gonna knock. I'm not gonna try to force it open. Feeling a bit strange, I rap on the door a few times. It creaks and echoes with a tough, metallic sound. After hearing no response, I turn the handle and open it, surprised that I encounter no resistance. The door opens easily, even though I hear the click of a lock. Looking closer, I see that it locks from the outside. Is someone trying to keep somebody from leaving? Stretching out in front of me is a small interior to match the outside. The building is totally empty. There's a concrete floor and dingy, featureless walls. There are no windows, giving the place an even more isolated feel. Still, I hear the ringing noise, coming from somewhere in here. It's louder now, more prominent. The interior seems confining at first, but a small set of concrete steps leads about 5 feet down, revealing a long corridor. Ooh, buddy. Holy hell. It's a massive corridor, in fact. Like I'm in some kind of building under the ground. It seems to go on forever. This corridor is quite dark, lit only by emergency lights spaced every 10 feet or so. I assume I'm underground because this corridor extends far beyond the limits of the building I entered. I realize that someone might not appreciate finding me here. I would tiptoe quietly. I feel like a ghost. Like I truly have no business being here. I move slowly, my feet not making a sound. If anyone is in here, I want to make sure they don't hear me. I tiptoe forward as softly as I can. Just coming into view, the end of the hallway is another set of concrete stairs leading further down in the depths of the earth. I can still hear the ringing noise every so often, coming from somewhere in here. I look ahead to the concrete stairs, wondering just how far down they go. I approach the stairs, and as I take my first step down, I get the sense that I'm crossing some sort of line here. There may very well be no going back. It's getting intense, guys. It's getting intense. Whew. As I head down the stairs, I notice that they look aged. That damn ringing noise is somewhere below, louder than ever. I feel like I'm walking down in the cellar of a haunted house, the light becoming scarce as the stairs take a slight turn. I can feel the temperature drop. As I keep moving down the stairs, my mind seems to lock into the unknown fate that of the rest of my crew. Frank is married, and I've met his wife a few times. A nice woman with a huge laugh. My heart sags a bit when I realize I might never again get to hear him belting out classic rock tunes during lunch break. Joe. Well, I don't know too much about him. He's 22 years old and is considering community college. His folks are deadbeats, so he's been providing for himself since the age of 16 or so. Out here in the woods, regardless of their backgrounds or ages, I'm responsible for them. Whether frequenting the local bar after a long day, or while away from their families on this risky job, I'm responsible for them. Maybe I can still find them, and still get to hear Frank singing his deep baritone voice after a few too many drinks. I slowly stick my foot out in search of the next step. I can't help feeling like a child as a very powerful fear seizes me. I'm expecting a monster to reach out of the darkness, slicing into my throat. After what feels like forever, we come to the bottom of the stairs. I'm closer to the source of the ringing noise now. A door sits securely in the wall and looks just out of place down here as I feel. A sliver of light seeps through, illuminating the area. The door has what looks like a panel with lots of labels and lights. Small embossed print above the panel says Level 1 entrance gate, transport sector, and there's a button with no labels. I'm not gonna just push the button. I'm gonna check it out a little bit. I don't trust that thing. The panel looks like diagnostic or alert of some system of some kind. Each label meant to communicate some status. Lockdown engaged. Experiment in progress. Shutdown engaged. Those all appear to be off, but one of the phrases is a slowly blinking red light next to it. The only powered light on this whole thing. Abnormal entity breach. What the hell? I slowly push the door open and more light pours in as I walk through. As I do, That ringing or beeping or whatever the hell it is getting a little louder. The door closes behind me with a click. At this moment, I can't help but think about Dennis back up on the surface. What is going on up there? Why did that bulldozer turn over? What was it that knocked us out? I hope I haven't left him in a dangerous situation. I'd been so preoccupied with my own fear that I nearly forgot about the ringing noise. It had become just a background noise. I take a few more steps and can now see where I am. It makes no sense. Yet another thing that simply seems out of place. The shapes and muted colors of metal are easy to identify, but it just doesn't belong here. And that's the end of chapter 1. So, the story is getting pretty intense. Oh, they got statistics. Respect the dead. You and 36% of players left Tony's body where you found it. The secrets. 76% of players were upfront with Dennis about Tony's death. The trust. 55% told Dennis you believed his story. Curiosity. 75% of players went to investigate the ringing sound. Teamwork. You and 36% of players decided to leave Dennis behind. I just didn't want him getting hurt, man. Alright. So this is Buried, the interactive story. It's a lot of reading. It's a lot of reading. But it's a good story so far, and I'm interested to see what happens next. So, I'll see you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Get a hold of me, guys. Alright. With that, King Basics.